Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Brown Sugar Cooking. It's your dad, Katie Brown Sugar, me, Arsenio. I know I look a little different. Went and got my hair did. My friend Amber at Autumn Recollections hooked me up, so this will be the me you see for a little while, okay? So don't try to say, oh, it's a whole new girl. It's the same girl, just new her, okay? So this week we are going to be doing baked macaroni and cheese, better known as Keep Yo Man macaroni and cheese. And I call it Keep Yo Man macaroni and cheese because I was arguing with my ex one day and he said, yeah, you never should have made me that macaroni and cheese then if you wanted me to leave you alone. So that is where it's got its official name. So for the macaroni and cheese, we need, of course, macaroni. So I already actually cooked my macaroni, but here it is. We have pre-boiled macaroni. I did not boil it to complete doneness because we're still going to be baking it, so I only boiled it for about 7 minutes till it was kind of tender but still had a little hardness to the actual macaroni. We have 4 cups of cheese. It's kind of bad angle, so we're gonna 4 cups of, I mixed Colby Jack and sharp cheddar together. Okay, next we have milk. I have 1.5 cups of milk. We have Velveeta cheese. I did 8 ounces of Velveeta cheese. I cubed it myself. Then we have, of course, 3 cloves of garlic, because according to Schoolhouse Rock, 3 is the magic number, so I went with 3 cloves once again. I have a tablespoon right here of Mrs. Dash. Okay, Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. Tablespoon, Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. Then we have an egg, 1 egg. And then we have cottage cheese. I know it's totally weird, but small curd cottage cheese. I have exactly 1.5 cups in here. And then we have some Lawry's seasoning salt. And then we have butter. Now the butter we're only using for the purposes of buttering the pan, which here's our pan. We're gonna be using a cake pan, 13 by 9, I believe, and a piece of parchment paper. Now the parchment paper is to help me butter because I don't like my hands to feel weird, so I'm literally just gonna dip a finger. I wrap the parchment paper around, dip my finger in some butter, just scoop a little up, the bone. And then I'm literally just gonna butter the pan with this before I put anything in the pan. So butter the bottom, butter the sides. There you go, that's it. Bam. Now I'm gonna place this to the side for now because I actually don't need this until I'm done mixing everything together. So here we are. We have our macaroni and we are going to dump all of the milk, the entire 1.5 cups of milk. Okay. We are going to add the 1 egg. Next, we are going to add the 1 tablespoon of Mrs. Dash. Okay. We have garlic. We're gonna add all the garlic. Okay. And I have my Velveeta, cubed Velveeta. Add that. And then I'm going to add half of my cheese to this. So if you wanna keep your cheese not measured, and so you know exactly, I am not that anal, therefore I am not going to go through all that. There we go. I am just going to add half of it to here, and I'm going to set the other half down, and I'm going to mix it all together. So you're gonna, there you go, mix it. Mix some macaroni, all this stuff together. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our pan, our pre-buttered cake pan, right? Because we pre-buttered it. And we're gonna throw only half of the macaroni into the pan. The macaroni mixture cheese. Okay. Okay, so when you throw the half in the pan, you're literally just throwing enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And you got the cheese already mixed in there a little bit. So then you add, what is our next step? We're gonna add the cottage cheese, a layer of cottage cheese to this. You know, I'm weird. It's cool. I make my meatloaf with oatmeal. I make my Alfredo with cream cheese. And it doesn't have to be completely and totally perfect in a layer, but I just kind of dab it in the middle, dab it around because it's gonna spread and melt a little bit, okay? Then I'm going to add a handful, just like another handful, so just say half of what you have left of the cheese to this layer as well, okay? Then I'm gonna add the rest of my macaroni mixture. We're gonna smooth it out and make our top layer, right? And then add the remaining cheese. You may have a little bit more than a handful, you may have 2 handfuls, but you're just gonna throw the cheese that's left on top. Okay? So, we have everything layered. It is not extremely perfectly layered. It is not symmetrical, but we have all of our ingredients in the pan. That is the important part. We have our macaroni layered. We have the cottage cheese in the middle. Now, on top, I'm just gonna add a dash of some Lowry's. I am not measuring this. I'm literally just sprinkling some Lowry's on top. Bam, you see it? Do you see it? Can you see a little bit of the Lowry's? Now we are baking this in the oven on 350 for about, I'd say roughly 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven. You just want to keep checking on the macaroni until you get a nice little, you know, crispiness on top. I'll pull it out in a little bit and show you, but now we're gonna pop it in the oven and I'll see you guys back in a half hour. Macaroni and cheese to be done in T-minus 15 minutes, but I wanted to show you what was going on in the oven. You got the cheese all bubbling and stuff. I know you can hear it. Smells like garlic in my kitchen. I'm so excited. Alright, I wanted to do a quick video of how the macaroni and cheese actually turned out. I couldn't figure out my lighting, so here y'all go. See the consistency? It's creamy. You can kind of see the cottage cheese, but it's not going to taste like cottage cheese, I swear. Last one. And I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into Brown Sugar Cooking again this week. Next week, I'm not sure what's up, but make sure you add my Facebook group, Brown Sugar Cooking, and like, share, and comment on my video. Have a nice day.